Yeah, morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I hold like 17 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, right? So before I go, right, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Audible, sir.
Fine, thank you. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. So at the end of the session, I'll be giving time for your general queries, right? Why Python? Why Python, right? Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. But why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? See, there is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python. The statements of Python look like normal English statements, right? They are not as complex as other programming. So even we can see lengthwise, if you observe, right? Not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programmings, right? Yes. And how Python was built and how Python was derived by taking the features or advantages from different other programmings. Python real-time applications. Today, what kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Python usage. Python usage. Who are using Python? Which companies are using Python today? Python features. Python comparison with other programmings, right? Python comparison with other programming. You can check, right? Lengthwise, you can check. Coding wise, you can check. Complexity wise, you can check, right? That statements of Python with other programmings. And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. So, and as Python scope and job market. The current job market of Python and the scope of Python in the coming years, right? Whenever you update with any technology, you need to know the current job market of it and the scope of Python in the coming years, right? Why Python? I define Python in 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. Yes. General purpose programming in the sense in previously like before Python, we have got some languages. If you heard about these languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These languages are purpose-based languages. These are used for a specific purpose, particular purpose, like Pascal or Fortran, like complicated mathematical. These are used for complicated mathematical applications or for scientific applications. COBOL used for business applications means they are used for particular purpose based. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application. Such a language, we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of programming where any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, like web applications, automation applications, animation applications, gaming applications, desktop applications, embedded applications, right? Networking applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. So it's a general purpose programming. It is not purpose based. It's not for a particular purpose. And multi-programming features, right? For example, I'll give a labor example, right? If you want to launch a new product in the market for attracting the customers, for example, if you want to launch a new mobile phone into the market to attract the customers, right? What features you want to see within this? What all the features we see in different other mobiles, everything, if you are embedding into this, and if you're trying to release, right, it's going to attract the customers. In the same manner, Python is a kind of programming which has got the features of different other programmings. What all the programming languages we see, right? All these programming languages features we see in Python. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. Yes, there is multi-programming features like procedural-oriented features, object-oriented features, scripting features, modular programming features. I'll be briefing you about all this, right? Yes. High-level language. There are two types of languages, I can say. Two types of languages. Yes. Low-level language and high-level languages. Low-level languages, high-level languages. Low-level languages like assembly level or machine level language. Assembly level or machine level language, right? These languages, assembly level language, machine level languages, mainly they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. And secondly, they are not portable. And not human understandable. They are not portable. Machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system, right? Machine dependent. Yes. But high level language, example of high level language, right? Python comes as a high level. Python, human understandable, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Yes. It's human understandable, it's portable, machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. We call Python as a cross-platform language which can run on any platform, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, right? See, those who are working with Linux, right, using Python, no need of any separate installation. Directly we see Python as an inbuilt within this Linux OS. Directly you can work with it. But for Windows, Mac OS, we are supposed to install, right? Yes. So it's high level language. Interpretation language, interpreted or interpretation language, right? If you observe, see, languages, right? We have got like compilation languages, interpretation languages. Compilation and interpretation. If you have got some lines of code, if you have got some lines of code, if you got these lines of code, right? Yes. It executes entire lines at once. It executes the entire code at once, right? And displays if any errors, right? Yes. But here it won't execute all the statements at once. Interpretation, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy, right? If you got error in this statement, it won't execute the remaining statements here. It's a like abnormal termination of the program in the middle of the execution without executing up to the last statement, right? So here Python is an interpretation language, line by line execution we are going to see, right? User friendly programming or programmer friendly, right? Yes, user friendly or programmer friendly, which provides simple syntaxes. The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements, right? Yes. So general purpose programming, any kind of applications we can develop. like multi-programming features or hybrid features, high-level language, easily understandable, portable, and can run on all the hardwares in all the operating system, interpreted line by line execution, user-friendly or programmer-friendly programming language, right? Yes. Python has taken the features, right? Python has got what features? Python has procedural oriented programming features, procedural oriented programming, example like C language, it has got the features of C language. Object oriented programming features, right? Object oriented. Example like C++ or Java, right? It has got like scripting features, example like shell script, and modular programming features. It has got the features of modular programming. Example like modular 3. So as part of this course, I'll be discussing all this, right? Procedural oriented with Python, object oriented, scripting, and modular programming, right? So just like C language, just like Java, C++, just like modular 3, we can develop many different types of applications. If you talk about Java, right? To see that currently in the current industry, two major programming languages, Java and Python. This are mostly used programmings used for developing enterprise applications, right? Yes. But the Java programmers are developers, right? They are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, that is without class object, right? Without object-oriented programming, there is no class, there is no program or application of Java. But with Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, we can write different types of applications, because of which even today like NASA is also using Python for its research and development activities because of Python hybrid features. Scripting, we write many automation scripts, right? We write many automation scripts in AWS, DevOps, in IoT, robotics, right? And modular programming, right? Python has got great boom today because of this modular programming. Nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got. Inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? Whatever domain you are from, Python is providing a module. For example, we talk more on these modules, right? Yes. For data science, Python is providing separate modules, right? Has got separate modules, nearly 10 to 15 modules it is providing, right? For like example, like NumPy, Matplotlib, Pandas, CP, Scikit-learn, right? So even for this big data environment, data analytics, right? For this also Python has got separate modules to work with, like PySpark. And for testing, for test cases, has got separate models. Python is for any environment, whatever the environment you are from, it has got Python is providing modules. Networking. Python has got separate modules for this networking environment. And for operating system, OS kind of activities, right? OS, it has got separate models. Python has got separate models for this operating system. Okay. For every database, right? If you're from database background, Python is providing separate modules. For every database, it is providing a module. For Oracle, CX underscore Oracle. For MySQL, right? PyMySQL. So for every database, it is going to provide a module using which Python can connect with the database directly. No need of any other, right? Just the module and the connection details is enough to connect with the database. Even for SQL server, right? SPyODBC is the module required, right? For Python to connect with database. And if you're working with different file formats, Excel files, for creating, write a Python code to create an Excel file, Excel workbook, right? Yes, Srinath, this will cover Python modules also, right? Yes, Excel, right? Excel, create a Excel workbook, Excel file by writing Python code. Just I'll write some 3-4 lines of Python code, execute, go and check in the folder at what location you have given with what file name you have provided, right? A workbook Excel file is created. And again, I'll write some more lines of Python code and I'll execute, right? You can see, you can create sheets, Excel sheets, right? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Then also by writing Python statements only, I can create it. I want to read data from sheet 2. I want to write data into sheet 3, everything possible, right? By writing Python code, right? And not only like Excel files, we have got many other file formats like comma CSV, comma separated values, like JSON, JavaScript object notation, right? And for we can also create PDF files by writing Python code, PDF files. And for mathematical operations, we have got math module. For statistical operations, right? We have got, even it's providing many modules for statistics. And if you're from, okay, generating any kind of graphs, normal graphs, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, all this we can easily generate by using Python, right? In the tomorrow session, I'll show you some codings, right, related to generating graphs, how simple the Python code to generate the graphs using Python. Okay, so in this way, we have got modules for every domain. We have got a module Python is providing, right? And Python real-time applications, right? So just I'll brief you where exactly Python is used today, right? Python mostly used in web applications today. Python mostly used in web applications. You may ask a query, right? The Java, .NET, all these, they are used from the last 20-25 years, right? For creating web applications. Why Python again? Means Python is providing a framework like Django framework. Not only it has got many frameworks, Django is the most famous framework. So using this framework, right, at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application. At rapid speed, you can develop a web application with very less coding, not even 1/4 coding, I said, right? And it has got its own database like SQLite 3. Has got its own database, Django, right? We can also connect to other databases also like Oracle, MySQL, right? It is providing many flexible features. Django framework provides many flexible features. We don't need to write the code. Already the .py files will be already available. Python files will be already be available. We need to change it accordingly, right? Yes. And Python mostly used today in automation applications. Automation applications, right? Yes. Yes. Using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using like DevOps environment. Lot of automation applications we can develop today. We are going to see, if you talk about this IoT and data science, right? Many applications in the coming days, you are going to see that many automation applications. IoT, Internet of Things, right? It is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensor, and electronics used for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Yes. So here, IoT, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. So 90% of the coding here in Python. And data science. Everything deals with the data, right? Everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference using data or data science. We perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations. It's a blend of techniques, right? Data science. The main technique what we see in data science, nothing but ML, machine learning, right? Yes. For machine learning, we have got many techniques or algorithms, right? To implement all this, right? All the machine learning techniques or algorithms, right? Yes. We should have, we require a language. We require a language. So for all that, so Python is the mostly chosen language or mostly used programming in this data science or environment. Even in DevOps, right? Python is one of the best choice in writing many automation scripts. Okay. Next, Python mostly used in big data environment, right? Yes. Big data, right? The name itself, just I'll take a minute in explaining where exactly Python used in this big data, right? Okay, you should have seen like KBs of data, MBs of data, GBs of data, terabytes of data, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes. Okay. Okay. You should have seen KBs, MBs, GBs, or TBs. Petabytes of data, is it getting generated? Means yes. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TB. 1 petabyte, right? Examples of petabytes of data generation today in the current world. Means, okay. Take the example of Facebook, right? Millions and trillions of users for Facebook. In a minute, how many posts and videos are getting circulated? What should be the storage capacity of Facebook to store each and every messages and videos, right? Huge data, right? Huge data is generated. It's not in MBs or GBs, petabytes of data. Not only like Facebook, we have got many other applications which generate huge data, right? Yes. If I take 1 minute transaction, how many Facebook posts? Twitter tweets, Google queries, right? Google queries, YouTube videos upload, YouTube videos upload, right? What should be the storage capacity to store all these videos? Millions and trillions of users using email messages. Okay, we need to store all these messages, right? Huge data is generated. And here, if you talk about the bank transactions, telecom transactions, e-commerce sites, right? Like Flipkart, Amazon, everywhere some huge data is getting generated, right? Yes. So for this, we have got some big data tools available, right? Big data tools like Hadoop and Spark. So this language, this use languages like Scala language, Python language, right? So here we can say like Spark with Python, Spark with Python, right? We say like PySpark, Spark with Python implementation, right? So here in big data environment also, just I list out the various other applications where Python is preferred, right? Yes. Scientific applications, right? Scientific applications, right? We have got a model called CP, scientific Python, right? Yes. And for numerical analysis, right? We have got NumPy model. We have got a model called NumPy, numerical Python, right? Yes. And Python mostly used in graphical user interface or for animation applications. We have got like PyQt and tkinter model. And apart from this, Python mostly used today in game development, right? So mostly used in developing games, single user, multi-user online games. So especially for developing games using Python, Python is giving a framework by, okay, Pygame, right? Pygame is a framework given by Python for developing games. Not only this Pygame, other framework like PyCora for developing games, right? Using Python. And some 3D rendering libraries, PySci. Yes. For 3D games, we have got 3D rendering libraries like game development. Apart from this, Python is used for scheduling tasks. Yes, we have got Airflow for it. And for testing our test cases, right, we use Python. And for software development also, right, we use Python. Software developers make use of Python as a support language for business applications. For business applications, right. Python is one of the best choices for developing e-commerce sites or systems. So, and one of the hottest application of Python, right? Database applications. Yes, without database, there is no web application. Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, DB2, SQL Server, right? For all this. Network applications. Network applications, yes. For network applications or for network programming, Python is providing a separate framework, right? Like twisted Python, right? Twisted Python. Yes. Apart from this, Python is also used for web scraping, scraping data from different websites, harvesting data, right? Yes. We have got models like URL BS4 model for this, right? Python is also used for CAD, 3D CAD applications. And Python is also used for embedded applications. Embedded application, the most famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, right? Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, and Python is also used for audio and video applications. As part of the course, I'll be showing you some audio and video based applications, right? Some of the most famous audio and video applications like Team Player, C Play are some. Computer vision, right? For color detection, face detection, object detection. Yes, Python is, and for data analysis. Robotics. So Python scripting is used here, right? Sorry. And for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? Python is used for desktop applications. Okay, in this way, right, different types of applications we can develop today using Python, mostly used in automation, in big data, in data science environment, scientific, numerical, many applications, right? And who are using Python today? Who are using Python today, right? Topmost applications which are using Python, topmost applications built using Python. Yes. Who are using Python today? And topmost applications built using Python, right? Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example for Python web application where the Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was so difficult, it was rewritten in Python, right? Later. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service, right? Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose for Python is Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even NASA is using Python for its research and development activities. Right. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? Some other applications like if you heard about Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. One of the famous OTT platform like Netflix. It is using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related. MMOG, right? MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. Okay, for military and commercial applications. And for hard companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. These are some of those, right, who are using Python today, right? Now coming to this reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Most of the programmers or developers are attracted and migrating towards Python because of its simple syntaxes and very less coding, right? Very less coding in Python, not even 1/4 coding, right? I said, as compared with other programmings. And there are two simple syntaxes. Given by Python, right? And interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode. Interactive mode means in the search, I am typing CMD and type Python here, right? And say enter, right? You can see the Python version it is displaying and the Python interpreter got opened. Any valid Python statements you can just enter here, right? 5 plus 4 I'm asking. 45 into 32. X has 10. X has 10. Y has 4. Sorry, Y has 4. What is X? What is Y? What is X plus Y? X minus Y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Any operations you can perform. X into 2 means multiplication. 10 into 2. X square. 10 square, 100 it gives, right? Yes. X equal to, in this way you can easily interact. We don't need to specify the data types also. HELLO, right? Hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. If you say quit, you will come out of this, right? This kind of interactive mode you won't see in other programming languages. Interactive mode. Multi-programming features. Hybrid features, right? We got hybrid features for Python and wide varieties of applications we can develop using Python. Wide varieties. Many built-in libraries, many built-in modules, right? Many built-in models we see in Python. Many built-in modules. Okay, fine. So these are the things which makes Python super popular, right? Just I'll open Google and I'll show you, right, the usage of Python in the current industry, the job market of Python, comparison with other programming, especially from the last 2-3 years, right? Python has got a great boom. See, it's popular coding language, if I say from last 3 years. Popular coding language, right? Yes. We found Rust, Python, and TypeScript all like Stack Overflow. You see the more results for this. Most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns. Python is one. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Python remains most popular programming language. Most, observe this, most loved, read and wanted languages. Python comes first. The usage of Python is more. If you talk about this top 10 programmings, see this top 10 programming languages, right? The last 2-3 years, Python first, next comes JavaScript and Java. Most popular programming language, Python. See this ranking wise also, right? Python is #1 ranked programming with its diversified number of applications. So Python first, next comes Java, C, C++, right? And the usage of Python in the industry. See this 31% used Python. Next Java 19%. If you go back like 10 years, 2010 or 12, Java was nearly like 41% used. But at that time, Python was just 3% used. Most of them are not aware that there was a programming language like Python. Go back like 10 to 12 years, right? Now you see 31% used, Java 19, C++ 9, C 6%, right? Even based on this job openings and average salaries. If you talk about this ranking by average salaries, Python stands first. Next comes JavaScript, and even by job openings, Python and SQL has got more openings, right? Yes. And if you want to check the job opportunities in Python, right? Just check the Google, right? Python jobs. Python jobs. $21,591 Python job vacancies in Hyderabad, right? Only in 12,000 plus Python jobs in Greater Hyderabad, right? $825 Python developer jobs in Hyderabad, right? In this way, yeah, apart from this Python, people who go for full stack, right? But Django, where you will be updated with framework like Django, right? Say Django jobs once. People who know Django, this Django framework is very less. And those who have got command in this Django is very less. Django jobs. Yes. You see like 26,937 Django job vacancies in May 2023. 1,000 plus Python Django jobs in India. Apply, okay. 2,340 Django jobs and vacancies, right? So in this way, for Python and Django, right, you have got many job opportunities. See, if you see the course content, what I'll be discussing as part of this course, starting from the basics, from the ground level to the advanced level, right? Python basics, why Python history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installation, and flavors of Python, and Python operations, modes, interactive mode, batch mode, constants, variables, input, output statements, comments, escape sequences, operators in Python, in brief, various Python IDEs. Python IDE, right? Like in real time, we use IDE, integrated development environment, right? We have got PyCharm, which is mostly used. I work with Anaconda distributions, Jupyter notebooks, Spider, Eclipse, all this, right? I'll be showing you step by step how to download and how to install and how to work with these IDEs. Flow control statements. So this comes into this basic Python. Looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, and string special characters. Collections in Python, collection data types like list operations, list creation, list indexing, slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, right? Python tuples, tuple operations, Python sets, dictionaries, right? Functions in Python, right? Defining it, different examples, categories, and like default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments. Yes, and many different types of functions like lambda function, map function, filter function, reduce function, right? Different types of functions. Modules in Python, right? Python has got great boom because of these modules. What is a module? What a module consists of, how to import, different types of imports, renaming, reloading, normal import from import, packages, right? Introduction to packages, defining packages, importing, right, from packages, right? Errors and exceptions and handling, right? And file handling, how to write data, read data from files. Object-oriented programming concepts in brief, right? Where we see like class objects, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static variables. Yes. Regular expressions. I'm going to show you models related to different domains, right? Some models related to regular expressions, some models related to databases, some related to operating systems, some related to date and time, some related to data science, some related to big data, some related to graphical applications. Yes. Right. See this database. I'll show you the installation of one database, installing like MySQL database, creating database users, connection, and working with basic SQL operations by using Python, and transaction management and date and time module, operating system module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closures, decorators, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, GUI programming, right? Yes. Graphical user interface, Excel workbook, working with Excel workbook, and data analytics like working with NumPy module, Pandas, Matplotlib. Just introduction to the data science, Python, Pandas. Yes, there was some connection problem, right? Yes, are you able to hear my voice, right? Yes.
Yes.
So here just I was okay. So introduction to this data science, Python, Pandas. Pandas model in brief, right? NumPy model, numerical Python in brief, right? And plottings and visualizations like Matplotlib. Django framework, people who go for full stack, right? Full stack Python, Django will be covered in brief, right? With 15 to 20 applications creations I'll be showing you, right? Introduction, web frameworks, Django installation, Django project architecture, Django application creation, Django views, Django templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts of Django, right? Apart from this, like before we go with Django applications creations, you need to know about this web development or UI technologies. Like I'll be briefing you about all this, right? HTML, CSS, cascading style sheets, Bootstrap, and JavaScript and MySQL, right? Yes. So like Python core programming, right? Python advanced and application oriented models, right? Nearly, I'm going to spend nearly like 70 to 80 hours on this. 70 hours, right? So the fee structure for this is just 5K. It's an offer batch. It's given for only 5K. In brief, in depth, we'll be discussing. You can just check this course content with other training sites, right? We'll be discussing in brief of different modules, modular programming, object-oriented, functional programming, and scripting, right? Apart from this, right, people who wants to go for full stack, right? First, we'll be discussing about the web development technologies for development web pages, like using HTML, using like CSS, using Bootstrap, JavaScript, right? These things, and the Django framework. Django framework, right? Yes. With nearly like 15 to 20 applications will be I'll be showing you, right? You'll be doing along with me parallelly. Fine. And at last at the project, right? Yes. And people who go for this apart from for only Python core advanced, it's 5K, and for this it's 7K, right? Actually, as an offer batch, you can just pay 10K for this entire as an offer as one-time payment. Total for full stack, if you want to go, you can go for 10K. And it's only like Python core advanced and application oriented models, it's 5K. That's what. Okay. If you want any queries, go with your queries, right? Yes. And before that, tomorrow also you can attend the session same time, like 8 a.m. using the same link to see more on this Python, right? Suggest people from non-programming or zero programming. Tomorrow I'll just briefing you like how the codings of Python looks as compared with other programming. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement in multiple programming languages, right? Yes. Now, if you got any queries, go with your queries, right? Yes. Hello. Any queries you have got, right? Yes. Hello. Is my voice audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So so every day you'll be getting the session video, right? Every session is video recorded. You'll be getting the recorded video of every session, the day itself, right? Okay. Yes. You will be getting the session video and soft copy of the notes, right? You'll be getting, right? Yes. And assignments and tasks I'll be providing every Friday. I'll be providing some assignments and tasks to work with. Right. Yes. Some query was asked, right? Srinath, you're from IT background, non-IT, right? Okay, that's what I was saying. From the scratch ground level to the advanced level will be discussed. People from non-programming or zero programming, right? Tomorrow you attend the session, you can see much, you can get much more clarity about this Python, right? Yes. Anybody can update with Python. There is no prerequisites, right? Only thing is, if you're from non-programming or zero programming, every day you need to spend some time with the practical parts to analyze it. And every session will be live interactive session. Everybody will be kept in unmuted status. Can unmute yourself and you can ask query at any time. And a WhatsApp group also will be created later for technical discussions. Right. And for Python core and advanced, like nearly 300 plus code examples will be discussed. The 70 hours course, right? It's not like 45 hours course. Fine. Yeah, any more? Still, if you got any.
How long will it take? It is 70 hours. It was total 2 months.
Yes.
Okay.
2 to 2.5 months it takes for Python. And for total full stack, right? Just let me check this one. This is for 2 months, 2 to 2.5 months. And this also it takes 2 months. Total full stack, if you want to go, it takes 4 months. Python core advanced, nearly 2 to 2.5 months it takes. And people, if you doesn't have time, right, for 4 months of time, people who go, you can also go parallelly, right? Like Python with this web development, you can go parallelly. And Django introduction, this applications creations, basic applications creations, all this, you can go parallelly also. If in regular Monday to Friday, the classes will be, right? These classes will be from Monday to Friday. And Saturday, Sunday, some weekend batches will be there on this Django, like full stack people. If you want to go parallel, you can attend those also. Web development, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Before we go with the Django framework, right? Yes. Yes. And one more intimation, right? One more intimation. This thing is before you go with the payment and payment process, you can check this.
Is it a 1 hour class per day or 2 hours?
It's 1 hour class. And for nearly 10 days, see, once again, I'm saying about the timings of this batch. Timings of this batch, right, as requested by many students. So first 10 days, 1 week to 10 days, right? It will be at 8 a.m. in the morning. See, it's first 1 week to 10 days. Later, the timings of this batch will be at 7 a.m. in the morning after 10 days, right? 7 a.m. to 7 to 8. The timing of this batch is from 7 to 8. For first 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. Later, it will be at 7 a.m. 7 to 8, right? Yes. So any more queries, right?
Sydney actually starts at 8 a.m.
As of now, no, but later, as of now, it's no, but we'll check if there is any other. So, okay. Any more queries? So if you have got any queries, you can ask me the tomorrow session, right? Yes, more discussion on this Python. So if I'm done with your queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time, using the same link. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.